Yo, check it out. It's your man .X on ForbesDVD.com, right here in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. It's going down.
ForbesDVD.com. Yeah, what it is, people. It's your boy Doggy Dimes. I'm here with legend. I hope he ain't on no, modest, because he is a legend.
Nah, yeah.
He is a legend. Sadat X. What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm just out here, man, at the Barclays Center, you know.
In BK, the borough.
Yeah, definitely in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here.
Do you consider yourself a legend?
I don't consider myself a legend. It's hard to. When you think in terms of legends, a lot of times you think in terms of somebody that's dead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I know people don't take it as that much, but you know, I don't feel like a legend. I feel like I'm still going. I'm still trying to do some things, still relevant. But
you're very much active still.
Yeah, I appreciate it though. I appreciate the compliments when people do say that.
199 with Common, like one of my favorite records on the Sound Bombing project. What was that like? Did y'all fly the vocals or did y'all actually?
Nah, well, see, that was back in the day when it wasn't really flying in the vocals yet. Like, if you did a song with somebody, you basically had to be there. So, you know, we were all in the studio, High Tech, myself, Common. Talib was there that day. I think Tip came through just on the come through. And that's how it was back then. If somebody had a session, somebody else might just come through just to come through. You
What's the difference between that and now? Does it fuck up the vibe a little bit?
Sometimes it does, man, because a lot of them songs was made off the vibe. When I did the song with Biggie, Come On Motherfuckers, that was the vibe of it. I don't know if we'd have caught that same vibe if I'd have had to email it back and forth and play with it. But on the next side, it makes business quicker nowadays, and it's faster. You can do with somebody, do a joint for somebody in Europe or Germany, y'all can have it all done in a day.
When y'all came out, y'all represented the Nation of Gods and Earth. And then I always wanted to ask somebody who was known for being God, why do so many gods make the transition to Sunni Muslim?
Well, see, I don't, as far as them making the transition to Sunni Muslim, I don't really know about that. I know about the gods, you know what I'm saying? I know about going to the school and building on degrees, and if they chose to take that path to the Sunni Muslims, then if they feel that's their calling and that's their being, then they do it. But I represent the gods still to this day. We just came from the show and proved last week.
Why is that still important to you, even at this day and time in 2003?
Well, I believe it's still important because that's knowing the truth about yourself. You understand? We believe that the black man is God. You understand? And make it own. I believe that if I can will myself, if I wake up and say, yo, I got to make some bread today, I got to get some money going, through my great brain, through that plan, I'm gonna put that into effect. I'm gonna bring the gods bring things into existence. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe that anything I want, I'm born that. I'm gonna bring that into existence and make that a reality. That's why when people ask me how long I'm gonna keep going, I'm like, yo, I feel better now. I'm in better shape now than I was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I feel if I'm better mentally, you know what I'm saying? I mean physically, I'm still going mentally. Back in the days, in history and time, people lived to be 200-300 years. You know what I'm saying? That's because they ate right and their mind was right and their body was right. We got away from that because of certain things that's been put in the atmosphere and the foods that slowly but surely broke down that time span where we got to a time span about 75, 80 years. You know what I'm saying? Where you got people, biblical people that lived like 2-3, how old was Moses and them dudes that? They was living to this long. So you know that it's been broken down through these years.
What happened to hip hop in your opinion?
I mean, it just changed. You know, what it was is hip hop was, when I came in, was young, and it changed. It's just growing, and anything that's growing got different chambers. I think that more chambers came in hip hop now. You got an older chamber, and you got a younger chamber. You got a chamber that's my daughter's age. My daughter's 21, so certain artists fall into that chamber. You know what I'm saying? Certain artists fall into my chamber. Certain artists fall into my nephew's chamber. I think it just expanded now. It's different. You know, a lot of people say, it ain't no hits being made now or this or that. Who's to say that? My daughter listens to these songs. These are her hits that she thinks is their hit. So you can't really say that. A lot of these old dudes get mad. And this now, tell them you want to get mad at your mother and your father for having you 20 years too soon.
yeah. All right, so what you working on now?
I'm working on a couple of projects. I finished a project with Elder Sensei. Me and him got something. I got something with my man Grade A. Ayatollah. You know, I'm always moving. I'm always keeping it going, man, and trying to stay relevant anyway.
You got one of the most unique voices. How did you feel about your voice? Because, you know, as people, we don't like our voice when we grow up. But did you know you had something special?
I just know that it sounded different. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if people would like it or not, but I knew that it sounded different, and I knew that if I could make anything of some type of substance, that I might have a chance with it. So that's what I tried to do.
What's your favorite rhyme you ever put out there?
Probably the rhyme from Slow Down, being that, because that was the last. See, we was turning in the album that morning, and that was the last joint we did. We had about 4 hours left of studio time, and we was like, yo, we might as well try to get something in this, because from there we turned in this joint in. And that was the last joint we made. We had tried to sample it at another time, it didn't work, and then we sampled it again. We bought the record, I bought the record, the actual Edie Brickell 45, and we sampled it, and then we made it work.
And you know, Slow Down is special to me because my group, that was our first single, and we paid you for the bitch get a job.
Yeah.
Even the stunt get a job samples, you know what I'm saying, 1992. So, you know, thank you for that. Before we go, how could the fans stay in contact with you?
Well, basically, y'all can stay in contact with me as @SadatX on Twitter, or on Facebook. You can hit me at Derek Murphy, SadatX, and I'm around in the hood. You might see me, and if you approach me right, and it's good, we can build from there.
Oh, and one more thing. What made you go from Derek X to Sadat X?
Because that's when I came into the Nation of the Guards. You know, I was always around there from a little dude. Like, I done seen the Guards since I was a baby. I done been to rallies. I done seen the firstborn Guards. It's a lot of the firstborn Guards that's out here in Brooklyn that actually walk with the father. So I've been at the rallies and stuff like that from little. And as we became brand Nubian, I said, well, I might as well take a name befitting of that.
And one more thing. I know I'm saying that, but is the Guards, I'm not gonna say that they get, I don't want to say soft, but are they not as hard on the younger Guards as they should be?
Well, what it is, see, that's a question that we debating on now. It's a lot of debate with the Guards over there now, because if we know and understand that we know and understand that some of them lessons is coming from 1964. So some of them facts are not actual facts of today. We say 17 million plus 2 million Indians. We know now that it's more. That number is more now. So, you know, I think that it became less appealing to some of the youngsters. You understand? I think that, you know, in certain places we didn't have enough outreach to reach the youngsters. Like how the father came. When the father came, he came from the Nation of Islam, but he came into the hoods, to the jails. He came to the people. That's how the Guards still got to come. You got to come into the streets and hit the babies. The babies is the ones that's going to make the nation grow.
All right, so that's what it is. I just need to know that. All right, thanks a lot.
All right, peace.
All right.